Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good day, depending on where you're watching me from. I'm your host, Chamaka Gracious, your real estate professional consultant, your number one real estate consultant, your professional service, and that is what we give here. If today is the first time you're coming across my video, kindly please share this video, like and click on the plus button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. In this channel, what do? We learn, we relearn, and we unlearn. This is a wonderful channel you've been looking for. This is that channel where you learn new things. You learn about things that are happening around you, how to be a good tenant, how to relate with your landlord, and how to enjoy the services you pay for. Yes, so in this channel we talk more about property management, facility management, valuation of all purposes, property consultants, anything that has to do with real estate consultant. And don't forget, that is why you got me. So I don't know, that curiosity question that you have been bothering you can go ahead and ask us. Don't forget, I have time to answer and respond to you. Okay, today I'm going to be asking. One of my friends sent me a message and he said, okay, in this my house that the landlord don't care, according to him, that what he's going to do, there's some work he does in the house, and when he's going to pay his rent, he's going to minus the money from his rent and balance the landlord. And I asked him, what is those things that you've been doing? If you are new here, you can go back to my channels, watch my previous videos. A lot of videos I've made relating maintenance, landlord responsibilities, and tenant responsibilities, and how to differentiate both so that you don't make that mistake. Yes. Okay, now I asked him, he said, the soccer way, that way every time they are the one paying for them to evacuate the soccer way. And I was like, yes. A lot of people will say, is it the landlord's responsibility to evacuate the soccer way? That's the question you should ask yourself. Okay, now I would say to you, it is not the landlord's responsibility to evacuate the soccer way. Sometimes you may have an understanding landlord, a property manager, who decide to waive these things out in order for things to move well, in order to maintain and add value in that property. But that does not mean that it's the responsibility of the landlord to evacuate your soccer way. No, it is tenant responsibility, because your sockaway, before you move into the apartment, I believe the sockaway is the feces and all that we all those living in the apartment has packed in. So how is it landlord's responsibility to evacuate the sockaway if nobody is living in that house with that sockaway has gotten filled up? No. So you see why I said you need to, before you take that decision that you want to take, you are going to reduce this money, subtract whatever you be spending, ask questions, get to understand the basic, get to know your responsibility. Get to know your responsibility so that you don't make a silly mistake or a costly mistake either. You are subtracting the money of the landlord, which is his rent. Is there an agreement, the tenancy agreement you have with the landlord? Is there any place, any clause where it's written that when you have an expenses done without the consent of the landlord, without basic agreement, that you should subtract it from his? And if there is a clause where it says that the evacuation of the soccer way is the responsibility of the landlord, you should call his attention at that time. Go to that tenancy agreement, like I showed you guys, that you had that agreement, and refer to it and tell him that, oh, look at what we had agreement here for, and what you're doing is different from what we agreed for. And if he gives a consent, I say, okay, go ahead, evacuate it. Now when you're paying your rent or when you're renewing your rent, that you can then subtract it. That's an agreement, and let that agreement be written, because verbal does not count. He can say that to you, both of you agreed it, and at the end he can deny that he didn't say that. So what will you do? So let there be a written agreement to that effect, so that you be able to know that what you agreed on, someone has breached the contract. if there is no bridge on that contract, so why will they subtract the money for it? If you find this video very interesting and lovely, kindly please subscribe, kindly please share this video and comment below. See you in my next video. Don't forget, is your host, yes, Chiamaka Gracious.